Hello and welcome everybody to part 41 of the Dutch Darthmod Let's Play for Napoleon Total War. We are continuing on, and I promise this time no crappy 1080p. If you didn't watch my Third Age videos which I uploaded yesterday, I mentioned in those that for now I'm sticking back to 720 until I return home, where the faster internet speed will be, you know, the reason why I'm doing 1080 videos, or considering doing them anyway. I will leave a I will test them out for a week or two while I'm back, but even if I can't, you know, bring down the rendering processes to smaller files, then I will return to 720, but it will mean that I'll be able to produce videos on a far faster, larger scale, even if it's at 720. But I would like to try and bring you guys some 1080, and I'm going to have to fight this battle against Mecklenburg, the Battle of Stettin, and we'll see how it goes. Oh dear, been trialling out new drivers for my headset today. It was all going fine until I tried recording something and realised that I now had a high-pitched whine in all my videos, so I've gone back to the old drivers while I wait for a fix for the new ones, which apparently the fix is on its way. They are aware of certain issues, but I think my mic quality should be fine in this, but just a heads up, if it does seem a bit off, I need to tweak the drivers a bit more. But anyway, enough of the drivers. Damn it. Right, got cavalry, and we'll get 2 of these chaps like so. And I was going to put the armed citizenry actually in this house here, but they're not going to fit. So that's that gone. I can try and put some of them in. Oh, I can actually. Oh, they're just outside. It's just outside the deployment zone. Okay, I'll put them in the houses and fall back to them. So it's like some of them in there, the rest are on the ground. Give them a bit of cover, I guess. We'll see if it's worth it or not. And then I've got militia here, so I'm going to have... Actually, the enemy isn't coming up to me, they're coming up to me. I should have trenches, really. Because as far as I know, there is no cavalry. Oh, yes, there is. Whoops. Oh, no, yeah. 1 unit of cavalry, which is the generals, chasseurs, legiers. Which are these guys, so I'm going to avoid them with my own cavalry and instead look to flank. Actually, I'm going to pull my cavalry back here and let my infantry form square and deal with them. So, dudes, get in the house, please. I'm going to keep these guys here behind the barricade.
We have taken a building, sir.
Once I get back to the campaign map, I will reiterate what I said at the end of part 40, which was that I'm actually really close now to finishing this campaign, because I only need to capture a few more territories, and I've in fact won. And I prefer to stop after I've met the victory conditions rather than conquer the entire world, because there's other Let's Plays, other factions to do. But I don't see that happening this turn. But when it does happen, I'll explain what will be happening next. But just to probably... Some of you in the comments have probably already started going, oh, what are you going to do next? What are you going to do? Are you doing this? And just to clarify, I won't go into any more detail bar saying the game that it's going to be following up, but it will be Empire Total War with Darthmod following up this Let's Play. The faction I haven't decided yet. I know a lot of you would like me to do another Greek campaign, but I kind of feel I don't want to repeat of what happened with the Portugal campaign. When that cancelled, when that went down, I ended up doing Portugal campaigns on Napoleon Total War. And while I didn't mind that, it just gets boring a little bit after a while with the same faction. And yes, I know the Greek one didn't end as anyone really wanted it to, but it was a campaign, and you know, it kind of... I have to live with the outcome sometimes of what happens with it. The Jaegers moving up. They can't possibly hit me from there. No. I think so. They've got to they've got to attack me, I can quite happily hold position and just defend to claim victory. So I'm just going to wait for them to come toward me. They're going to push up with these Jaegers, I reckon, which means I'm going to have to charge in with my cavalry. And then try and get out of their range. Oh, good. The enemy cavalry is going to the right, which means the Jaegers are not being protected, which means I might have a chance here of charging against their Jaegers. No, they've seen me. And what I'm trying to do, well, I'm going to try and charge in against their Jaegers.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
I'm trying to form square, but this is forming square on here is really badly mucked up, and I'm going to end up in the faces of my enemy infantry. So I'm going to charge in my cavalry. I'm going to leave the Jaegers alone. I'm going to try and flank these guys, stop them a bit, because my square is actually engulfing part of the enemy cavalry. This way I'm distracting the enemy infantry here, as well as all these guys. We've already broken the Jaegers, so that's that job done. The house is firing, I believe. Yeah. And we've killed the enemy general. I'll have a go at these guys here. And I've lost my own general. Thankfully he wasn't a proper general. Okay, and we've lost square formation, so I'm going to pull these guys back to try and push some fire through here. But these guys should be able to fire. And there's a new unit forming up. I've got my militia firing on the flanks as well. My cavalry is just holding. We've broken the enemy cavalry. And I'm now going to chase off these Jaegers over here that have reformed. I don't want to get caught up with all the infantry here, because my line infantry is now reforming. We've pushed back the infantry in the middle. It's nice to actually fight a faction besides France, because, as you realise, the morale of these smaller factions is nowhere near that of France's. So it's a lot easier to defeat them, because you don't have to worry about these elite troops holding their ground and forcing you to really outnumber them. So here it is a case of I can just defend well and defeat them using my own tactics pretty much. What's going on here? Okay, I'll have to flank round here. Get my cavalry to charge in here. Coming off the crest of the hill. And we're now going to start slicing and dicing our way into this regiment of foot. There we go, the pathfinding finally clicked in and we've got them. And the enemy cavs come back, so we'll have to turn and sort them out. Oh no, we've got enemy stakes there actually. We're going to fall back with my cavalry towards my infantry here. And hopefully let them fire off some volleys. Yes, here we go. My cavalry have just got off lightly there, and we can chase them home again. That looked good, actually. A nice cinematic slope to it all. And we're shooting these guys in the back. I'm actually going to use the smoke to redeploy right behind the enemy. Nice long line. God, I really can't tell you how nice it is to not be fighting the French for once. And they form square, so we're going to pull back with the cavalry. Wait for them to start forming out of square, and we will recharge them. No, actually, in fact, I'm going to pull back entirely with my cavalry, because
our men are running.
There we go, mine are broken, but the enemy cav have come back, so it's up to my infantry here to hold and win the day. And reforming, we've managed to break this unit over on the left. I will chase them over with my line infantry a little bit. And bring my militia in front of the house. My cavalry reforming over here. A bit of a block, there we go. Get my infantry to march forward. My men sense victory is near. You can smell the campaign is nearing its end. By God, they want it. I'm going to run them into position now. Form square here. Hopefully before the enemy cavalry destroy us all. But it looks like we will achieve this. Yes, we will. Forming up in time to shoot at this cavalry. Most of them falling. Very few will escape. And my infantry is now free, if I'm careful, to strike the enemy line infantry here. I'm not going to try and strike these because I reckon with my luck I'll end up clipping the stakes here, so I'm going to try and run these guys through here and then push on to the next unit. So if we get this charge timed well, we're only going to lose a few of our men. Hit them hard with a charge, and if we can, I'd like to try and run through them so we can flank them so that when my men fire, my cavalry won't get caught in the crossfire. It's broken them, but hopefully they'll come back. Need to reform these guys out of square, back into line to face the returning line infantry. And now to turn my line infantry here round to deal with the remaining line infantry here. Hoping this cavalry will come back. And yes, they have. So we're now free to pick off this unit at the flank. I'm not going to try and charge and break this line infantry. I'm just going to make sure I finish off this line infantry unit that's retreating here now, so that they definitely don't return. I'm going to finally reform from square. And I'm going to support them with my militia unit. We're already engaging with fire by rank, which the Killenberg Strelitzer don't seem to have. And we're having a wild time. The cavalry not as effective against the infantry as I had hoped. It's pretty even with the morale. Mine might just break first. Yes, they have. I've lost too many men there. Don't have the best view of these chaps. We will continue to unleash volleys. I think, yeah, they've definitely gone. They've shattered now. Oh no, these guys do have fire by rank. Excuse me. My bad. Maybe I gave it to them. I don't know. I'm going to do one more volley and then I'm going to charge. We've managed to break that unit of line infantry once again, and they've gone into square for some reason. So while they're in square and they don't have too many guns pointed on us, we're going to get into 3 ranks as close as I dare move my men up before they break. And we're going to charge here now. Ah, my militia firing by rank as well, nice. With covering fire while my men move in now. And these guys stop them firing. My men are now pretty darn close and we're breaking this unit as well. And the remaining one up at the flank here, forming a square. Again, I'll move up and get as close as I can and finish them off. So, very much a slower pace this time than part 40. But I think it's needed after the epic battle for Paris. This is tying up loose ends. Never trust a protectorate. Because they are slightly winning. Yes, but they've broken at the same time as me. unit over here. Once they fire off a volley momentarily, we will have broken all their units. So if we can do that within the time where they're all broken, we will achieve victory. Come on men, just that final rank, and we're ready to unleash the volleys, and we've broken them. And that should be a victory. There we go, and I'll end the battle there. Heroic victory, happily defended, happy days. And I can now show you those victory conditions.
Who's it? Who's it?
So let's see. Oh, again, a lot of experience there. So I lost 500 or 600 really. Not too bad at all. Can live with that. I've got the Swiss still to deal with, and I've got Württemberg, who are, there we go, they're divide and conquer with the brought up 2 armies. That's very good with the AI there, actually. They've been rather aggressive there. They've gone in well. 2 units straight against my army. No messing. And we're going to auto-resolve here, and there's victory. Destroyed. Munich is besieged via Württemberg, I can see. And they're not messing, they're bringing up reasonable line infantry, a lot of cavalry. So I can defend from here. I have to use my cannons to try and bring them down, but these are my elite troops, if any, that I have here. Okay, they can't replenish, but they will do their best, I'm sure. I would repair that, but if I can do this, then Württemberg, actually, if I could sabotage the army, but I don't think any of these guys are better than the other. Try and sabotage these guys here. Mission successful, good. So that means technically these guys shouldn't be able to come in and my spy down here. Technically means they shouldn't be able to join in the battle, so I'll just be up against 1 full stack, which makes things easier. Okay, and then I've just got to take Württemberg. Right, I'll show you these victory conditions, victory objectives rather. I have to hold 11 victory territories, and I only need 20. I actually hold 30. So I've got to hold Württemberg, Mecklenburg, which I'll be taking out shortly, which will leave me with 1 more to get, which is Hessen-Kessel, which is to renew the war with France, and I can storm in there with some armies. So, it is a case of dealing with my old protectorate here, which I've got a fully fledged ready army. I'm just going to put a few units onto build, and I'm going to bring this unit to the border here, hopefully tempting this army towards me there. With these chaps, I'm going to be bringing plenty of cavalry into this army. The cannons. And then I only need to fill it with infantry after that. And I've got these guard grenadiers, which are rather useful chaps. And the rest of them are all spare units to hold Berlin. Oh, and some of you probably want to see that I've sorted out my tactics, because every time I see my video, check the people still saying check which ones are grayed out. I've exempted France from taxes to kind of hopefully reduce the riots that will inevitably occur. These regions are, everywhere else is unexempt, unexempt from taxes. They're all being taxed. Got this army here, which if I try and move out and move my militia in, they'll be very unhappy. But I can exempt them again and produce a crap load of infantry to hold behind, because I don't need to worry about France anymore. Well, hopefully I don't need to worry about France. I can bring this army along here, which I think will be out of the reinforcements range, but should we lose Munich rather, we can push up there with this army. Plus I have an reasonable force in Dresden, which I will now combine with my one in Berlin. Though I probably can't take too many of these units out. I'll try taking all the line infantry out. Yeah, they can deal with that. I'm going to take the Grenadiers because they're slightly better troops. Okay, Berlin is still happy, and we now have a strong line infantry only army. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Whoops. Accidentally disbanded my units, but it's one turn until I get a new commander, which I can put in here. And I'm going to bring... Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. Bring this whole army along here. Start putting pressure on Hesse-Kassel, so I've got a force ready there. The French, as you can see, already readying themselves for another assault on me. They'll have to come through Reims for that. I've got these forces at Brussels. Here I'm going to recruit some artillery and then cavalry in the form of heavy dragoons. No, too heavy, too light. So I can bring them from this side to Kessel as well. And here, this mess of units, I was actually, before I started recording, just trying to tidy them all up and which army's going where. And which army has what troops. This is now full army again. I'm going to bring them... Well, really, I could bring them south. I don't need to worry about retaking Bordeaux or anywhere like that right now. We will probably need one army up in Normandy. Okay, so I'm going to bring this army up here. So that full stack is now in here, and I'm going to put these guys into the gunsmith at Rouen. Okay, musket factory. Around Paris, I want to kind of have an early warning. Oh, and we've... Oh no, there's a French gentleman. We've got a lumber mill there, not a logging camp. So I've got a full stack in Paris, effectively. I've got a spare full stack here, which I'm going to leave on the border near Reims, and then the rest of my troops here gather together. Essentially a full stack. I just need to recruit a general there, but it's a spare unit, and we're going to have this one near Reims as well, ready to cross the border should France attack. I think that's all I need to worry about. I've got this army down here because I'm likely to be attacked by Swiss, unless I can sue for peace with them. Yes, there we go. Peace is now gained with the Swiss. I can get trade with them, perhaps. Single payment, yes, I'll pay that. I could even get trade with the Ottomans, but I'm going to backstab them anyway. But actually, I might as well try and get peace, because Hesse-Kassel will be the last region I take, so it won't matter what other countries think of me from there. Okay, I think that's one to technology. I know a lot of you are saying, what am I researching? I'm researching pretty much everything that I can research right now. 80 gun steamboat. Okay, I can get that. That's actually pretty useful. But I don't need to really worry too much on Mecklenburg. Or Magdeburg even. Taking far too long to learn all that. She'll go for that. But probably won't last much longer than a few more parts now. We'll upgrade the stud farm here. Upgrade all of these buildings. I can see... Oh, my farms... No, they're good. Okay, so I'm going to end the turn there, and we'll see whether France backstab me or not. Well, not backstab me, but she's attacked me. It looks like they're pushing troops up, getting ready for another assault, it would seem. I'm pretty sure the AI is pretty confused right now because they've just lost their main region in the west. They've got a block in the east still, as you can see on the map, but around that they are surrounded by orange and then flanked by green. So pretty much not many places the French can go. But they do have plenty of full stack armies still. I'm not sure if the AI will start losing troops if they can't afford them anymore, like a player would. So we shall see. and I am being attacked here, but I'm being reinforced by my army. It will come to my aid. It's just far enough away. But my sabotage of the other army is obviously too close. It will still come in to fight. We should be able to push them back relatively easily, considering the troops I've got at Munich and my reinforcements. But this will have to wait for next time. This will be on Wednesday. I will bring you this this finish. We may even see, perhaps Wednesday, if not the following Saturday, the end of this campaign. So stay tuned Wednesday and Saturday next week, because it could be the last few parts of this campaign. So I hope you enjoyed. Please do check my vlog tomorrow, Hear Me Roar. There's a lot of information going to be packed in there. And yes, as always, hope you're having a good weekend. Remember to comment, rate, subscribe if you haven't already, and thumb up this video if you've enjoyed it. Have a good weekend. See you guys soon.